Well, tonight at 7, Governor Dan McKee will deliver the annual State of the State address from the Rhode Island State House.
The speech is when we expect to hear the governor lay out his priorities for the new year and get a glimpse of what will be in his budget bill, which is set to be released on Thursday. 12 News reporter Kim Kalunian joins us live from the State House with a preview. Kim?
Well, Ted and Kayla, typically before the State of the State address, we'll get some written excerpts from the governor's office to give us sort of an idea of what he'll be talking about in his full speech. But today, Governor Dan McKee did something a little bit different. He took to social media and released a trailer of sorts, talking on video about what he will be mentioning in his speech and some of the big topics, among them education. Take a listen.
We're building a record number of 21st century schools while mobilizing a statewide Learn 365 RI coalition to reach Massachusetts student achievement levels by 2030. We're preparing our students for jobs of the future by investing in higher education. We've stepped up to invest in URI's Bay campus. We're making Rhode Island College the premier cybersecurity training school in the country.
Now, in this video preview, the governor also touted the state's low unemployment rate, projects to beef up the state's housing stock, and the ongoing Tidewater Landing project, which will eventually include that new soccer stadium in Pawtucket. He also, of course, mentioned the refurbishment of the Independent Man. Now, tonight we'll be watching to see if he makes any specific announcements about what could be in his budget proposal, again, which he'll unveil on Thursday. Now, remember, this year is going to be a little bit different with those federal COVID funds drying up, and also we'll be watching to see if he promises any tax cuts. It's something he pitched last year, but some of those stalled out in the General Assembly. And will he make any major policy announcements tonight about initiatives about things like guns, healthcare, schools, etc. So again, we're about 3 hours out from the start of the state address happening right here in the House chambers behind me in the State House. In just a few minutes, we'll go a little bit deeper into this topic with the director of the state's Office of Management and Budget coming up at 4:15, and then later at 4:30, our political analyst Joe Fleming will join me live to talk about what he expects to hear from the governor tonight. For now, reporting live in the State House, I'm Kim Kalunian, 12 News.